Hi there. Thought that we would chat a little bit today about anxiety. Anxiety is absolutely one of my favorite things to come up in a session with a client, and I don't mean that to minimize what anxiety is or the effects of it, but just to kind of say that it's something that I really enjoy working with, because to me, anxiety is something that can be very productive. Just as a therapist, I really try and take the viewpoint that all emotions serve a purpose for sure. And a lot of times I have clients who come in with anxiety who just feel like they just want it to go away. They just want to stop feeling that way and want it to go away. And it can be difficult to understand the function of that emotion if we're just trying to avoid it, basically. And so it's something that I like working with a client so that we can kind of slow down enough, get a sense of stability with how they're feeling enough to kind of go a little bit deeper into that emotion and see what function it's serving. I notice that anxiety can come in a lot of different forms. It may even be an emotion that someone is not even realizing that they're experiencing. I know certainly in my life, anxiety was not an emotion I really related to a lot until I was in adulthood and began to put two and two together. And I realized that my body was sending me more messages about my anxiety than I was considering. And so now I definitely realize that anxiety plays a huge role in my life at times. And now that I know a lot more about it, I can kind of lean into it a little bit better and have that emotion serve me well instead of making things harder, essentially. So anxiety can come in so many different forms. It can be fear, it can be worry, it could be panic. Maybe you're someone who has panic attacks that just kind of happen out of the blue. It could be so many different things. It could be replaying a tape over and over in your head of a conversation you had maybe a year ago. That might be a form of anxiety. Anxiety can often be living in the future. Sometimes we can plan things, and other times we're trying to control things. That might be a little bit more of a form of anxiety. At any rate, there are so many different things that we can do in a session that revolve around helping someone with anxiety really navigate that emotion so it works for them, not against them. Different things like cognitive behavioral therapy, it could be EMDR. Certainly there are aspects of radically open dialectical behavior therapy that help with the type of anxiety that is really more about public perception of who we are and what we're doing, that kind of thing. There's just so many different tools that we can use to help clients who come in with anxiety. So there's definitely hope out there. It can definitely be an emotion that works for you in a manageable and stable way.